The US-Canada border is more than just a line on a map. It's a living symbol of friendship, cooperation, and mutual respect that has endured for generations. Stretching over 5,500 miles, this border is not just a geographical boundary, but a testament to the enduring peace between two neighboring nations. It is the longest undefended border in the world, winding through vast forests, majestic mountains, and tranquil lakes, connecting communities from the Atlantic to the Pacific. This unique openness is a rare example in a world often divided by barriers and fences. The border stands for shared values and deep trust, not suspicion or hostility. Here, customs officers greet travelers with a smile, and the gates are open to welcome friends, family, and visitors from both sides. Every year, millions of people cross this border, by car, on foot, and even by bicycle, creating a vibrant tapestry of human connection that weaves together a true North American community. Border towns flourish thanks to this connection. Families are often spread across both countries, and businesses rely on the steady flow of customers and goods. Local shops, restaurants, and markets reflect a blend of Canadian and American culture, making these towns unique and lively. In times of crisis, emergency services from both nations work hand in hand. Whether it's fighting wildfires, responding to accidents, or conducting rescue missions, their seamless coordination builds trust that goes far beyond politics or policy. Cultural exchanges are a regular part of life here. Festivals, parades, and community events bring together people from both sides, blurring the border and fostering a sense of kinship that transcends nationality. Canadians and Americans share more than just a border. They share humor, sports rivalries, and similar worldviews. Whether it's cheering for hockey teams or enjoying a summer barbecue, these shared experiences strengthen the bond between the two nations. Economically, the relationship is vital. Billions of dollars in goods cross the border every day, supporting jobs and prosperity on both sides. This partnership underpins the stability and economic strength of all North America. The open border is a powerful symbol of cooperation over conflict. It shows that nations can choose dialogue and partnership instead of division and fear. This enduring openness is a testament to the trust and shared interests that unite the United States and Canada, reminding us of what is possible when neighbors work together. Yet, any disruption, whether due to political tensions, health crises, or security concerns, can threaten this remarkable friendship and the livelihoods that depend on it. The border is not just a line. It's a living example of partnership, where officials, communities, and families collaborate every day to keep the connection strong. Ultimately, the US-Canada border shows the world what nations can achieve through cooperation, trust, and a shared vision for a peaceful future. The Alaska Highway is a monument to US-Canada alliance. Built during World War II, it was a feat of engineering and cooperation. Now, it's a vital economic corridor and tourist destination. For Alaska, it's a lifeline, connecting it to the US. For Canada, it opens the north, boosting local economies. The highway symbolizes shared infrastructure and benefits. It connects communities, fostering a northern identity. Families and businesses use it, transcending borders. Built for war, it now paves the way for peace and prosperity. It's a reminder of the deep friendship between two neighbors. In 2025, British Columbia shocked not only its neighbors, but the entire continent with a move no one saw coming. The province abruptly imposed a toll on all non-Canadian vehicles traveling the iconic Alaska Highway, a route that for decades had symbolized open borders and friendly passage between the US and Canada. The decision was made behind closed doors, with no prior consultation with American officials, Alaskan authorities, or even local communities who rely on the highway for their livelihoods. The toll wasn't minor, it was substantial, hitting commercial truckers, family vacationers, and even emergency vehicles. For many, it meant the difference between a routine trip and a costly ordeal. British Columbia defended the move, arguing that the toll was necessary to fund urgent highway maintenance. They pointed to the heavy volume of American traffic, especially large trucks, as a major contributor to the road's rapid deterioration. But the sudden change threw travelers into chaos. Truckers faced unexpected fees that threatened their profit margins, while tourists and families on vacation were blindsided by the new costs, leading to confusion and frustration at the border. For businesses in Alaska, the impact was immediate and severe. Shipping costs soared overnight, making it harder to get goods in and out of the state. Some companies even considered rerouting or reducing shipments, fearing the toll would eat into already thin margins. What was once a seamless, open highway suddenly became a choke point. Traffic backed up for miles, and the free flow of people and goods ground to a halt, turning the Alaska Highway from a symbol of unity into a barrier. The move felt like a betrayal to many, striking at the very heart of the trust and cooperation that had defined US-Canada relations for generations. The lack of communication and transparency was seen as deeply disrespectful. American officials and travelers alike were left in the dark, fueling resentment and suspicion on both sides of the border. Goodwill, once abundant, quickly evaporated. In its place grew anger, confusion, and a sense of injustice that rippled through border communities and beyond. The Alaska Highway, long celebrated as a testament to partnership and shared history, was now at the center of a heated dispute, its future uncertain. With a single policy, British Columbia disrupted a long-standing friendship, leaving both nations to wonder how and if the wounds could be healed. Alaskans reacted with fury to the toll, seeing it as an economic assault. The imposition of this toll was not just a financial burden, it was perceived as a direct attack on their way of life. For many, it felt like an unjust penalty for living in such a remote and challenging environment. The anger was palpable, as residents gathered in large numbers to voice their discontent, holding signs and chanting slogans that echoed their frustration and determination to fight back. The highway is essential, not optional for Alaskans. It serves as a vital lifeline, connecting isolated communities to the rest of the world. Without it, the flow of goods and services would be severely disrupted, leaving many without access to basic necessities. The highway is more than just a road, it is a symbol of connection and survival, in a land where nature often dictates the terms of existence. The toll felt like exploitation of Alaska's isolation. It was as if the very remoteness that defines Alaska was being used against its people. The sense of being taken advantage of was strong as residents and businesses alike struggled to cope with the added financial pressure. The toll was not just a fee, it was a reminder of the challenges of living on the edge of the world. Trucking companies faced financial strain, with shipping costs soaring. The toll added a significant expense to their operations, forcing many to reconsider their routes and pricing. For some, it meant the difference between staying afloat and going under. The ripple effect was felt throughout the economy, as higher shipping costs translated into higher prices for consumers. Supermarkets warned of price hikes on essentials. The cost of everyday items began to rise, putting additional strain on families already struggling to make ends meet. The toll's impact was felt in every corner of the state, as residents braced for a future where even the most basic goods might become luxuries. The tourism industry braced for cancellations. The toll threatened to deter visitors, who might choose to avoid the added expense by traveling elsewhere. For a state that relies heavily on tourism, this was a devastating blow. Businesses that depended on the seasonal influx of tourists faced an uncertain future, as bookings dwindled and cancellations mounted. Protests erupted, with truckers and politicians demanding toll removal. The movement gained momentum, drawing support from all corners of the state. It was a rare moment of unity, as people from different backgrounds and political affiliations came together to fight for a common cause. The message was clear: the toll was unacceptable, and it had to go. The issue united Alaskans, transcending political divides. In a state known for its independent spirit, the toll brought people together in a way few issues could. It was a testament to the strength and resilience of the Alaskan people, who refused to be divided by external forces. The toll inflicted a psychological wound, shattering camaraderie with Canadian neighbors. The once friendly border became a symbol of division, as long-standing relationships were strained by the new reality. The sense of betrayal was deep, as Alaskans grappled with the loss of a trusted neighbor. Long-standing relationships strained, and isolation grew. The toll not only affected the economy, but also the social fabric of border communities. Friends and families found themselves separated by a barrier that seemed insurmountable, as the cost of crossing the border became prohibitive. The toll was more than financial, it severed cultural ties. Events that once celebrated the shared heritage of border communities were canceled, leaving a void that could not easily be filled. The loss of these cultural exchanges was a blow to the spirit of cooperation and friendship that had long defined the region. Alaskans felt betrayed by a trusted neighbor. The toll was seen as a breach of the goodwill that had long existed between the two countries. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of international relationships and the ease with which they could be disrupted. The crisis highlighted the fragility of cross-border relationships. The toll served as a wake-up call, underscoring the need for cooperation and understanding between nations. It was a lesson in the importance of maintaining strong ties, even in the face of adversity. It was a fight for economic survival and justice. The toll was not just a financial issue, it was a matter of principle. Alaskans were determined to stand their ground, fighting for their right to live and work without undue burden. The toll left a bitter sense of isolation. It was a reminder of the challenges of living in such a remote and rugged land, where the elements often dictate the terms of existence. But it was also a testament to the resilience and determination of the Alaskan people, who refused to be defeated by external forces. Victoria saw the toll as fiscal necessity and fairness. BC argued American traffic caused highway damage. The toll was a user fee for maintenance, not punitive. Lack of consultation was the critical error. Critics questioned why BC didn't seek a joint funding agreement. The secrecy suggested controversy avoidance. The unilateral action turned a practical issue into a diplomatic crisis. The approach undermined a legitimate argument. The toll dispute escalated into an international incident. Alaska's response caught Washington's attention. The toll was framed as a barrier to commerce and security. The US lodged a diplomatic protest with Canada. The Canadian government faced a difficult position. The standoff threatened US-Canada cooperation. Retaliation whispers grew in Washington. The crisis risked disrupting a multi-trillion-dollar trade relationship. Trust for collaboration in critical areas eroded. The toll raised national security concerns for the Pentagon. The dispute tested the strength of the North American partnership. As the crisis deepened, a solution was sought. Diplomatic channels opened for negotiation. The goal was to suspend the toll for discussions. A joint US-Canada-Alaska Highway Commission was proposed. The commission would assess the highway and develop funding models. Alternative funding ideas included a joint infrastructure fund and prepaid decals. Communication and consultation were emphasized. The crisis highlighted the need for dialogue in future policies. Permanent consultative bodies were proposed to prevent surprises. The resolution aimed to rebuild trust and partnership. The 2025 toll crisis showed how quickly trust can be tested. It highlighted the importance of communication in partnerships. Unilateral actions are toxic to healthy relationships. Rebuilding trust requires more than removing the toll. The Joint Highway Commission is a positive step. Leaders must handle border policies with care and transparency. The Alaska Highway symbolizes US-Canada cooperation. The goal is to restore it as a pathway of friendship. Investment in the relationship is crucial. The crisis was a wake-up call for governments. By learning from mistakes, the US and Canada can repair damage. The highway remains a monument to enduring friendship.